It's your boy. Just wanted to take a minute, make a video real quick, and talk about something that I don't really. It's a bit of a different genre of video than usual. It's not a trial thing. It's not like a me clearing something with Queen or teaching you. It's a beginner guide. Blah blah blah. Um, and I certainly don't go over the news on this channel either, as you can see. Not that I do much on this channel, but me and some friends were talking about a piece of news that I'll link the announcement for down below. It's in Japanese, so you'll have to Google Translate it, but if you'd like a longer form video explaining like what it is, I mean, I guess I could do that, or we'll talk about it on stream or something, but we're reading that piece of news, and it's talking about reverting the damage formula change from July of 2019, which some of you might know as the fixed dice nerf or the Yuffie nerf. I've never seen it as being that. It seemed too widespread. It affects too many things. It affects basically every character that can wear a weapon, all of them, and it affects every weapon with an attack amount or not, you know? So, fixed dice nerf or not, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. And in this piece of news from JP, from the Japanese client, they mention that they are reverting that change, and in exchange, they are absolutely demolishing fixed dice, the item. Where on the current global client and the current Japanese client before the news gets pushed, excuse me, my goodness, it has one attack, and it has a damage variance of 120% to 650% with an average roll of 335%. Now, if you don't know what those numbers mean, TLDR, very small stats, still hits pretty big. The Japanese news is implying that after the reversion, it is going to be changed to have 123 attack, and in exchange, the damage variance is going to 60% to 140% with an average of 100%. So 0.6 to 1.4 with a hard middle ground of 1.0. In other words, it's being gutted into oblivion, basically removed from the game. It's one shade away from deleted if you really think about how useful it is. And I was doing damage checks with it on stream live tonight, and it's currently stronger than like Furion's bow on Furion. For characters that can wear both of them, you would use the fixed dice instead. I was doing it live, you know, so I know for sure. Now, there aren't a lot of characters that use throwing weapons right now. At least not super popular ones anyway. Noctis has a situation with that. I guess you could build him true double hand, but mostly he's a dual wielder. Most of the throwing weapon characters, in fact, are dual wield or mages, so not really super relevant for them. However, the important part here is that fixed dice is a gacha item. You can't get it without getting a particular character. It's their TMR, the 4-star Setzer, the original Setzer from Final Fantasy VI. And unfortunately, this would be the first time that any piece of gacha-able anything, a unit or their TMR or STMR, would be nerfed into the absolute ground. Or nerfed at all, for that matter. Now, there are a couple of times where things have been changed a little. Don't get me twisted. Noctis, when he came out early and his stats went down and were reverted back up. Dragon Quest and Kingdom Hearts had the same thing. They got reverted back up after being released a bit weaker. There was the situation with Esther and Sylvie where before they were live, their numbers were data mined to be a bit higher than they were on live at first, or, you know, whatever. But I think there was one other situation where a character had a bug fix. I think it was Chien, in fact, had a bug fix that made them a little bit worse after the fact. But it wasn't like a targeted nerf. It was a bug fix. Like it was broken and in a beneficial way. So, but this will be the first time something is ever deliberately, maliciously targeted to have a reduced power on purpose, nerf it. And it also happens to be a piece of gacha gear. Now, the problem with that, for me, is that if this goes through, then the precedent will be set for them to just be able to nerf anything when they feel like they should or have to or want to or any old time, honestly. And I am gravely concerned with the fact that we would be opening Pandora's box of what do they feel like nerfing in the future. Do I think they would be as malicious as possible with that and nerf characters right before their replacement comes out, so you have to pull for the bigger one? No, I don't think so. Is it possible? Maybe. Do I think that they would nerf strong characters before Dark Visions and Clash of Wolves and then release a character that would be able to be stronger for a Clash of Visions and... Well, you know what I mean. Maybe. I'm upset. I'm upset. This is one take and I'm not doing another, so forgive my franticism. But I think we need to do our best to be as vocal as possible that we don't want this change on global. We are certainly not okay with them nerfing things after the fact, no matter how long it is or what it is. I personally don't have a stake in the game on Fixed Dice the item. I don't care about it. I don't use it. I do everything with Queen, and Rashida can't wear throwing weapons anyway. There's no equipped throwing weapon. It affects me almost none, and probably affects you none also. But the part that does affect us is the precedent it would set that we're okay with things being nerfed. And I would rather speak up for an item that I don't particularly have an interest in and prevent that entire situation unfolding furthermore down the road than say nothing until it's too late and something I do care about is being nerfed. So I would hope that we could, together, just make a little bit of noise, as much noise as we can, actually, on Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is that gets Gumi's attention and Alam's attention, specifically Gumi because they handle the global side of the game, and really just hammer home the idea that this is unacceptable and we will not tolerate it. Now, maybe my read of the room is off and everyone's really okay with nerfs, but I am certainly not, and I'm willing to bet I'm not the only one. So this isn't a monetized video, and obviously I'm not going to be asking for interactions and so on. Don't even at me if you don't feel like it on Twitter or whatever these things are. Just make sure Gumi hears you. Doesn't affect me and my analytics, whatever. It's not about that. It's, please, just... I need you to speak up for this. Because I love this game. And for all the grievances I have with it, I've been with it for 5 years, and I'm going to keep being with it as long as I feel reasonable that I can do that, you know? And I don't know that I'd want to stick with this game if there's a danger that things just are nerfable in the future just cuz. So, let alone for more nefarious reasons like incentivizing money spending, which, again, I don't necessarily think they would do, but I don't think is off the table either. Before this gets too rambly, I guess I'll just leave it at that. But, just closing thought. Thanks for listening. Hopefully I'm not the only one that feels this way, and hopefully we can make a difference. We'll see.